been that kind of morning, but that's all right. We're ready to go.
They're fast and loose. The sus just stay in the background, mate. Ball's thrown up here. Gilbert in the ruck. That man Finlay Byrne tries to run onto it. Quick handball coming for Bonbeach. Pressure's up already. McDonald, he just uses his body. Tackle applied on Mitch Gent, and we're going to get a stoppage.
Really good one-handed pick up from Michael West, wasn't it? Probably should have hit that target, but good start, clean hands.
We're all feeling a bit safer now that Suss is at the back.
Absolutely. Ball comes out. Jackson Casey. He goes by hand over to Mitch Gent, who in turn gives it to David Armitage. He goes on his left. He finds Sam Gilbert. Tackle applied by Mount Eliza. Going inside the forward 50 for Bonbeach. Was trying to run onto it. Was Bailey Welsh and Mount Eliza. So it's a hot footy here at the moment, boys. Kick by Sullivan. Gone out wide. They've found the player there in Murray. He goes in short looking for Trent Dennis Lane. It goes through his hands. Mount Eliza are going to be able to repel. They go out the far side. Although they've turned it over to David Armitage.
Not the man you want to turn the ball over to, although his kick into the middle before was not great, which was dropped by Lachlan Williams, and they were able to repel, so...
Is it just me, or is the heart still just racing, boys, after the start? I tell you what, it's a heart starter with the caravan just going a little bit, and the hot start as Armitage, he wheels around on his left, goes for a bit of extra distance, but he pushes it to the far or the near side for us, the far side for him, and Bonbeach get their first point on the board. Michael Voss.
They certainly do. They're 1 point and Mount Eliza 0, and David Armitage, good signs for Bonbeach early, and for him a couple of early touches. Short pass and the mark's been taken. Yeah, I think that's by Tennant down there. He goes out towards the centre wing, and the ball was knocked away from Jordan Captain. The ball goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Both teams have started well with the footy, and not a terrible lot of defence going on early in this one, but the longer the game goes on, the more important contested ball will be.
Not your typical crowd to start with in finals, and I say it's a good way because you got Mount Eliza playing Bonbeach, and basically right in the middle you got Frankston, and you got a decent crowd. Normally, the early finals, maybe not as big a crowd, but there's certainly a lot of people here this afternoon, and who's going to be the challenger to YCW next week in the second semi-final. Stay with us right throughout the afternoon. As the ball's thrown back into play, it's taken out by Jordan Rouse. It was got the quick kick down the line. The mark has been taken, and it's been taken by McLean. He can play on for Bonbeach. He goes in short. Mark taken by Mitch Gent. Gets the ball over, and now the ball comes in short towards between centre half forward and full forward. Bonbeach doing the early attacking at the moment, but Mount Eliza doing the early defending and doing it well. Kick comes out towards the player there in West. He dropped the mark. Still an opportunity for Mount Eliza to forward, trying to get it towards the wing area, but it's going to come back potentially. No, it's going to be locked up, in fact. The umpire says ball up. Bonbeach one behind. Mount Eliza yet to score. Played 3.5 minutes in the qualifying final of Division 1.
They just haven't finished off their good work, Bonbeach. Ben McLean now was a fantastic effort on the wing, and anything going forward at the moment with Bonbeach, but they're doing every other part of the game well, boys. And Michael West, he's had 2 disposals, and both of them have been off brilliant one-hand pickups.
The luxury of having Sam Guild in the ruck against Jordan Rouse. He just uses his body work. He goes by hand over to Mitch Gent. Quick kick forward. Got the big bounce there. Bit like the Kirtley Ambrose bouncer, Vossi. Mount Eliza coming into the corridor, but they turn it over. The player there in right goes forward, but it's going to be turned over. Mount Eliza are going to be able to repel. They go out wide. They've found the player there in O'Neill.
One-on-ones ahead of the footy.
Putting it out in front of Harrison Scott. He takes the mark. He's on the far side. He's going to enter the forward 50 for the first time for the Redlegs. But standing in the way for Bonbeach was their captain in Jackson Casey. So got it up to Shane McDonald, the evergreen Shane McDonald.
Kicked 5-4 last week. He's further up the ground than that scoreline from last week would suggest. That's a horrific handball.
Ball's come out wide to David Armitage. It just fell into his way. He goes on his left. That's a beautiful kick. Going in and finding Jack Sullivan for Bonbeach. He just needs to go back and line up for their first. He's going to go in short. Chisler, but it hasn't found the leading player. So Mount Eliza are going to be able to repel through the far side. Out in front of Harrison Scott. Good body work there from Stenning. Ball's being kicked off the ground, just getting some meterage down the line. The players look at the umpires, and we're going to get a throw in on the far side, about 50 metres out from the Mount Eliza goals. Michael Voss.
Jack Sullivan, Dave, should have gone back and had that shot, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he absolutely should have. I don't mind him biting off that kick. You just got to hit the target. You just got to hit the target come finals time. So I'd be disappointed with that. And they've been good at repelling Mount Eliza. They've come to the far side of the ground on both their occasions, so they'll be pretty happy with this start. Defensively, holding up beautifully.
Good signs for Bonbeach. Armitage getting his hands on the ball. Shane McDonald, also Mitch Gent getting their hands on the ball early, which is good for their game right throughout the afternoon.
We'd love to be keeping you updated with some AFL scores, but we don't have them because for some reason someone thought a pre-finals bye was a good idea. So
someone thought of 13 changes. It's North Melbourne, I think Fremantle and a few other sides have done in the last game, which caused all this.
Does it really matter though?
Yep.
Does it really matter if they play a weak side in their last game? Any into the finals? I don't think so.
The only thing you could say it affects betting in the game. That's the only thing.
Well, if we're changing that for betting, then wow.
Yeah, we're
Armitage goes by hand over to Shane McDonald.
Yeah, good.
He goes with a kick, looking for Trent Dennis Lane. Mark not taken. Simmons, he comes away with it. He goes coming out to the far or to the near side for us, but it was the far side for him when he was coming out. Capkin, he's going to go by his left foot, putting it on top of the head of Harrison Scott. He goes into 2v1, can't take the mark. O'Neill, he gets slung around, goes by hand. Scott take the mark. So
he had the ball on the wing, boys. He was the one that used his left to come inside. That's magnificent work rate. Well, maybe this is a wake-up call. They would have had 5 or 6 inside 50s. Haven't converted, haven't come close to converting.
Nathan Scaglarini just coming past and just saying, steady, go back, have a shot for goal.
Bit of a short run-up, it looks like here.
That's good, don't mind it.
Okay.
This will be good for Mount Eliza if Jordan Captain can kick this goal, because Bonbeach have done most of the attacking in the first 6 minutes or so of play, 7 minutes, and he misses on that occasion. So the left foot kick, it's traditional left foot kick, just went on the right-hand side. So one behind each of two. We played 7.5 minutes in the qualifying final. Winner to play YCW in the second semi next week. Loser to play winner of tomorrow's elimination final for Arner and Frankston. As the kick comes out towards off the hands. Casey took it. And now another opportunity for Jackson Casey. Gets it up to Shane McDonald. This is good for Bonbeach. Shane McDonald tried to do too much. And Naka was caught. And that was a good tackle applied, and the free kick will go to James Hammond, and he'll kick from half-back to put Mount Eliza into attack.
Jackson Casey could have had a fourth effort there. It was fantastic for his first three, and Shane McDonald should have given it.
I think there's ominous signs for Bonbeach, though, boys. The ball has been in the hands of Armitage, Gent, McDonald, Casey. Oh. That's a big contest there. We're going to get a throw in. So the player for Nick Waterston is down. You could hear the crunch there. He's still down. Ball thrown in. Rucks do battle. Gilbert just edged out of it by Rouse. Hammond by hand. Rouse by foot just inside the forward 50. It's a dribbler. It was Corrigan. He goes into the middle of the ground looking for McDonald. That was great work there from from Lockie Williams, who's usually up forward. Armitage. He can go by his left foot. He's gone out wide. Finding the player there in Bo Bailey, who's put it out in front of the leading Tyson Murray, who wants to go back and have a shot.
Had William Dunn on the far side, or our side, but ignored him, which is fine. Go back, take the responsibility. They need to kick there first. That was really well done by Sean Corrigan too, down here, defensive 50. Got nudged into the contest, still attacked it hard, and was able to clear with ease.
The man they affectionately call Wet Rock, Nick Waterstone, he's off the ground. He's not in a good way, boys, at the moment. He's off and just get attended to by the trainers and just topped a fair hit there just before. That's a point. Off target and through for a point. So 2 behinds plays 1. Do you like the play on words there? Waterstone to Wet Rock. Do you like that, Daz?
Didn't mind that, Bossy. Didn't mind that at all. You've gone your own little cuddles method there, wanting credit for your own work, but not bad. I'll pay it.
Daz, you spoke about Finn Bain at the start, but Armitage would have had, close to 10 possessions already. What are they going to do with him?
Good question. He's brought his own footy, hasn't he? But apart from his first 2 kicks, it was a bit rusty. I reckon his last 6 have been absolutely lace out. So, big problem. That should have been a push in the back.
So it's going to be repelled from Mount Eliza with a handball from the player in Rouse. Big kick down the line. Contest. Corrigan. for Bonbeach is in the play. Sam Gilbert, he goes by hand, and then a bit of a volleyball spike, just bouncing around at the moment. They've come out, and they're going to come out even wider. Bonbeach, they've flicked it over the play, and William Dunn, he can run onto it, he can go. He goes in with a chisel looking for Trent Dennis Lane, goes through his hands. That's it 3 times already, but it's ominous. Ominous signs that he's got space already, boys.
Yeah, only needs one to stick, doesn't he? And then he'll get going. That was really well done by Dunn there too, by the way. Is that a good start? It can be a thankless role, the far winger, isn't it, Vossi? You can go unrewarded, but deserve the rewards there.
Bonbeach into attack. Inside attacking 50, and the umpire says throw it back into play. So Bonbeach are 2 behinds, Mount Eliza are 1 behind. We'll get an update from Crago throughout this first quarter as well. Langwarren playing Somerville in the second semi-final, and they're at Chelsea this afternoon. Magnificent Chelsea, Graham. Wasn't that a magnificent view we had last week?
Yeah, it was spectacular. Free kick here to Bonbeach, I think.
So Bonbeach still looking for their first goal, looking for the first goal of the game. And they've got an opportunity here for a free kick and a shot to take place. And the man...
Surely one's got to go through. Surely.
The man to have the shot as soon as he turns
Looks
around.
like Joe Fisher.
It is. It is Joseph Fisher.
Don't want to be giving him chances on goal through free kicks, boys.
No, absolutely not.
You'll kick from out near 50. You'll have the shot.
Well, he ran a little right.
And he hooks that one. So 3 behinds Bonbeach, 1 behind Mount Eliza. Premier Traditional Home Scoreboard. This is the Battery Water Mornington Match of the Day live on RPP.
Couple of really poor goal kicking techniques we've seen, boys. Capkin in front of us. Pretty laconic short run up. And then that one there for Fisher. He ran towards the right goalpost, and that's where it went.
It's not about the short run up, Daz. It's just about the momentum going through the ball. He had the stutter steps going, but Mount Eliza, they come out wide looking for that man in Capkin. He's taking the mark on the wing.
That's better.
Looking for Tom Kelly. Goes through his hands, who then gives away a free kick. Michael Wright's going to take this.
Silly. And thought it was going to be 50. Yeah, really silly. Frustration free kick, and they had 2 spare when that ball came out, so pretty disappointing.
So they're going to go backwards and go wider through Stenning. They've gone over the top. Douglas, they've gone wider in the player in Osland, out in front of Lee. They've finally got it in the hands of Sam Gilbert, who was standing about 5 to 10 metres off the pack, all alone.
That was really good body work.
So much better ball movement. It's gone over the back. Who can run onto it? Has conceded through for a behind. So Bonbeach go on to 4 behinds. Mount Eliza 1 behind. We've played nearly 13 minutes in the first quarter. Thanks also to Chisholm Sports Academy, boys, and Pro Finish roofing as well.
Absolutely. They're looking like the better side by so much it's not funny. Once they get within 40 metres of goal, they are looking like a shambles at the moment, Bonbeach. All they need to do is fix it up, even 50%, and they could grab a big quarter-time lead.
Mount Eliza giving up a few shots at goal early, 4 behinds Bonbeach, considering their defence is normally quite hard to penetrate, but Bonbeach haven't been able to hit the scoreboard as yet. A high kick by Osland it was towards centre half forward, going back and taking the mark there from Mount Eliza. Between full back and centre half back, they can play on and switch to the scoreboard side. A kick out towards Armitage, who had to play the role of trying to knock the ball down, and then he was out of the contest, and now he needs help to get back into the contest. He's going to get the ball knocked to him, but it goes over in front for a boundary throw-in. 14 minutes in the opening quarter. Bonbeach 4 behinds, Mount Eliza 1 behind. Bonbeach coming off a win last week at Tremarna to take the double chance, to make sure of the double chance I should say, because they went from 3rd to 2nd, and Mount Eliza losing to Pines last week, but Pines win and Frankston Bombers win meant that Pines couldn't go any higher than 6th spot on the ladder. The ball with Corrigan for Bonbeach goes towards half forward, but it's going to be marked here by Shane Tennant. It'll clear from centre half back.
That'd be their 6th or 7th intercept mark in their back half, Mount Eliza, holding up magnificent. Okay.
So Kelly goes by foot. He's found Tom Small. He's gone back in, looking for Morney, who took the mark. Kelly drops the ball. So it's under the players here at the moment. Umpire circling. We're going to get a ball up in the middle of the ground here.
You got to be able to hit 2-metre handball in a final, boys. They were away. They had a player streaming inside 50, Harrison Scott, I think it was.
So
they were out.
Owen Hewlett in the ruck for Bonbeach at the moment. He's opposed to Max Morney for Mount Eliza. Going to get another stoppage inside the centre square. 15 minutes gone. We yet to see a goal. We'll get to some scores from Chelsea at the break. But Bailey Welsh, he extracts the ball from the contest. He goes up looking for Harrison Scott or Will and Jasper O'Neill, but it's gone over the back to Harrison Scott. He has a shot.
Better than that.
Eliza will move on to 2 behinds. Bonbeach 4 behinds. 15.5 gone on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. This is the Batcher World of Mornington match of the day.
Had more space than he realised there, Harrison Scott. Pressure does things to people in finals, but...
Free kick for in the back. Going to be called to play on now is the Bonbeach player Tyson Murray. He goes to half forward. Mark taken by Shane McDonald. Too far out to score. The veteran, the star that he is. Shane McDonald. Beautiful kick. The mark has been taken directly in front of 35 out, directly in front. And an opportunity to score Bonbeach's first goal. We can tell you that we will go to Crago shortly, but I can tell you the game has started at Chelsea, and we'll get an update from him shortly. We'll wait to hear from Crago before we give the update on that game.
Love the intent from Shane McDonald too. He took off, he saw the lead beginning, kicked it into space, and geez, he just put it on a platter, didn't he? This has just got to go through.
So the man they call TDL, Trent Dennis Lane, for the first goal of the qualifying final. He has the shot. He puts it through for the goal, and Bonbeach have the first in the qualifying final. They're 1-4-10. Mount Eliza are 2 behind. They've played about 18 minutes in the opening quarter, and that took a long time there, AJ.
Certainly did, Vossi, but I tell you what, there's ominous signs from Trent Dennis Lane. Attacked the footy 4 times on the lead. That was a beautiful kick from Shane McDonald. I think Shane McDonald's going to go to another level in these final series, boys. We know what a player he's been, but I think he's still got something that he wants to prove with the Bonbeach Footy Club in this final series. Yeah,
I'll rate that. And yeah, Trent Dennis Lane there, he's had 2 steps on his opponent the entire day. Could have already had 2 or 3, to be honest.
Absolutely. Ball comes out from the contest from Mount Eliza. They go over the top of Finlay Bain. Ball comes out and it just trickles over. A little bit of a knock from the player in Corrigan from Bonbeach, and we'll get a throw in not too far from where we're broadcasting here at the Greg Beck Oval, the home of the Frankston Bombers.
Nick Waterstone back on the ground as well, boys, lining up at centre half back for Bonbeach. He's approaching the contest.
Owen Hewlett's in the ruck, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. The ball comes out in front of Shane McDonald. Didn't bounce favourably for him. That's gone out of bounds, and we'll get another throw in front of the, let's say, the grandstand without a roof, boys. It's be a magical place to sit with a roof, but a free kick's been picked out here to Nathan Scagliarini against Jackson Casey. He's going to play on. He goes with a front punt inside forward 50, but he's found James Hammond.
That was an absolute mung, but you get rewarded for finding space in this caper. Absolutely.
Bonbeach has got to be wary here. Bailey Welsh
has he got the leg?
Sitting by himself at the half forward line here.
He doesn't look all that confident.
So Hammond goes in. It's going to land in the goal square. Who can take a mark? Off hands.
Crowd wanting in the back.
Repelled by Bonbeach. Jackson Casey has the footy. Some good leadership there by David Armitage, but he's going to get the footy. He was saying go to the one-on-one down the line.
That left foot familiar kicking style of David Armitage served him well at St Kilda. Had a good career there. Not a great one, but a good one, and he's doing some great stuff at Bonbeach.
This bloke's brought his own footy.
Jackson Casey, he certainly has. He's had plenty of it early. He went to half forward with the kick. No mark taken there by Liam Hewlett. The umpire is going to give nothing. It's a ball up right in front of the interchange bench out there. I think that's the Bonbeach interchange bench out there, which the scoreboard at the moment is 1-4-10. Mount Eliza are 2 behinds.
Crowd getting more vocal too. Love to hear it.
Well, we started off with a good crowd last week. We've got a good crowd today, and I've been told it's a good crowd at Chelsea. Finals football's well and truly back. There's no doubt about that. And don't we love it? An opportunity for Mount Eliza to clear. A scrubby-looking kick towards the centre of the ground. Captain fell to ground. Oh, then the Bonbeach player just absolutely dove over the top of him.
Oh, it's stiff.
Armitage
The poor bloke slipped. And then he got absolutely sat upon.
In fact, it's not Armitage, it's Casey. But Jackson Casey just absolutely came in and, well, he did sit on his back.
Anyone have him for 50 plus? It looks like he's headed that way. Goodness me.
Sam Dilbert it is, who is 70 metres out from goal. He sets it up towards the forward pocket, and there's a mark. I reckon that's a bit of a set play there, because that worked a treat, and the mark has been taken probably 30 metres out from goal, and it's been taken by Owen Hewlett, and this to give Bonbeach their second goal and give them a 14-point lead in time on in the opening quarter. Actually, it's probably a little bit more than 30 out.
We've got Craig Russell on the line from Chelsea to give us an update in a minute, just as we see Owen Hewlett line up for goal, looking for Bonbeach's second. If he's not a dead ringer for John Segler, I don't know who is. In he comes.
That's a great hit.
Splits the middle. So Bonbeach get the second goal. 2-4-16. Mount Eliza 2 behinds. Craig, have we got you on the line?
Yeah, good afternoon, boys. Live from Chelsea this afternoon. Coming at a pretty good time, 17 minutes into the first quarter. A big day for the Langy Footy Club. They won their 19s and the reserves, so both sides moving through to the grand final. In the first team, 2-1-13 Langwarren. There were the goals to Peach and Marks, and Chelsea have just kicked a goal. One behind, 1-1-7.
Beautiful. We'll look to get back to you throughout the day as we go back to the contest here. Ball in the middle. Nathan Scaglarini has it. He takes one bounce. He looks a little bit wider, looking for Michael
Great
West.
kick.
But the player there in Harrison Scott, they almost clashed. He goes with an almost, I'm not going to say impossible, but a very hard...
Yeah, low percentage shot, wasn't it? Absolutely. That was a fantastic hit. He's lifted Scagliarini in the last 5 minutes, and Harrison Scott, he's had some moments, but he's put down all big spots too.
So Mount Eliza look to bring the ball back in, and now they're off a chance. Captain, left foot, shot a goal off target, out of bounds in the full.
Speaking of guys that have had an indifferent start.
3 behinds, plays 2-4-16. We played 24 minutes in the 22 minutes, I should say, in the opening quarter. We're live here at Greg Beck Oval. Beautiful day for football after a very, very chilly morning.
Yeah, spot on line. Been really impressed with a bit of Mount Eliza's game. The scoreboard not really reflecting how well they've been out of the middle and moving centre forward. They're just unable to put the finishing touches on, much like Bonbeach in the first 10 minutes.
So Mount Eliza going to extract the ball away from the contest. Williams, the goes inside forward 50. Waterston goes back with the flight once again, put his body on the line. Great mark from him.
Yeah, after getting crunched early too. That's doubly courageous. Good on him, and that's a good hit.
He found Casey. He goes over the top and finding Armitage.
I reckon that'd be 15 touches for Jackson Casey right now.
I think the statistician would need a new pen for both Armitage and Casey. Armitage is going to go wide. Douglas has the footy. He's going to go in short, finding Hewlett of the Owen variety.
Slowing the game down, Bonbeach. They got a bit of a lead, so they don't need to do anything altogether that risky.
Hewlett goes out wide. Hewlett, absolute dead ringers they are.
Probably because they're related. I'm just going to put my little conspiracy theory out there.
I'm glad you said that, Dad.
You reckon, Vossi?
I reckon there's probably a fair chance. That's why they look alike.
I reckon as well, Vossi's ball thrown in. Mount Eliza extracted from the contest.
We might have AJ's new nickname, Vossi. Might be Captain, named after obvious.
And a tackle applied, and we're going to get a ball up just inside the centre square here at the Greg Beck Oval. So we've played nearly 24 minutes in the first quarter. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. Bonbeach 2-4-16 to Mount Eliza 3 behinds.
Mount Eliza would love one before quarter time. Bonbeach happy with that 13-point lead at the moment. Could be a little bit more. Both sides have had a couple of opportunities to get goals on the board, but not to be.
Yeah, both teams could almost be 6 straight, couldn't they? This guy's been good too.
There's a quick kick inside, attacking 50. The ball drops short. Right in front of where we are this afternoon here at Greg Beck Oval. They go in very hard, these two sides, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up.
Finlay Bain massaging his ear after copping one there. Jackson Casey, good tackle. It's been everywhere.
We haven't seen his name. I haven't called his name too much in that first quarter, have we?
Good tackle.
Finlay Bain, I'm talking about, AJ.
Yeah, spot on.
So for the ball up to take place once again. So they've obviously gone down the path of maybe trying to be a little bit tighter on him, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what the good mids do. Looks like Corrigan's running with him as the siren sounds for quarter time. Bonbeach 2-4-16, Mount Eliza 3 behind. Will continue to go through
forward pocket, so not expecting to get too much in the way of the ball down there, but he can be very damaging nevertheless.
Good to see Vossi was listening to me 45 seconds.
Ball extracted from the clearance. We've gone out wide to Cole. It's going to be chopped off from Nick Waterston.
Hasn't he had a good start to the game? Got absolutely flattened, gone back with the flight of the ball, used the ball pretty well.
He comes up to the wing looking for Owen Hewlett. Handball out of the pack, but it was cut off, but it gets to Mitch Gent. Handball over the top, that's great for the Bonbeach Footy Club. Shane McDonald just from behind, he gets a fist in, applies a bit of pressure. Taking the mark is Joe.
I don't think that was 15. To the chagrin of the crowd.
I think even Fisher thought that. He goes inside the forward 50. Trent Dennis Lane coming at the footy contest. Ball comes out the back and it goes over the line. We're going to throw in inside the forward 50 once again for Bonbeach, and they've started this second quarter pretty hotly.
Yeah, first goal crucial in this quarter. Mount Eliza would want to get it. Try and get themselves into this game. Bonbeach, if they can get it, they'll have a 20-point lead. It'll be a great start for them in this game, keeping the opposition goalless in the first quarter and a bit.
Bit of love for Zach Rouster, who went back with the flight of the ball to nullify that contest with Trent Dennis Lane earlier. It's what you got to do as a defensive group, look after each other.
Good knockdown by Fisher, but it's taken away by Finlay Bain. He of the Mushaka goes out towards the wing, and the ball goes over the line for the boundary thrown. It is magnificent, isn't it?
It is. Hoping his form reflects that. Probably should have hit that target and hasn't found a whole lot of the footy, but he's got to work his way into it.
So, an opportunity for Bonbeach to pick up the ball, but then players besiege and the umpire says on centre wing, I'm going to ball it up.
So remind us again, Vossi, what happens to the winner of this game?
Winner plays YCW next week, which I believe will be next Saturday. And without having the fixture in front of me, but it should be next Saturday, because the first semi-final should be on Sunday, and the loser plays the winner tomorrow. Potentially, I think the next Sunday final could be back here as well.
Jackson Casey getting the free kick for Bonbeach. The overzealous was small. He's going to go in. Top pointing Owen Hewlett. Doesn't go to him. Goes into the short one looking for Gilbert. It's gone out, and we'll get another throw in right.
I can understand the frustration of a couple of Bonbeach forwards. The Mount Eliza took that extra step or two to man up. They could have hit an open target.
Pretty handy to have a 6'4" midfielder just running around that can also do the ruck work, boys.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain.
The ball thrown in. Gilbert at the front. He gets first hand on it. Ball comes out to Gilbert. He goes by hand.
That's a great handball.
Undergrounder. Inside 50 Bonbeach go. And it's landed just on the line. We're going to get a throw in.
How's the game awareness right in front of us from Sam Gilbert to get that handball between two legs of an opposing player, so the right leg of one and the left leg of another, to hit up his teammate there in William Dunn.
The Fisher doing the right work for Bonbeach. Can they get on the board once again, get their third? It's going to be taken away by Mount Eliza with a high up and under, but it'll go out of bounds on the full, and the player in William Dunn will be able to rebound for Bonbeach.
And the mate in the crowd tried taking a chest mark, and he let it hit his chest, Vossi, and didn't wrap his arms around the footy. It just came straight off him.
No, he forgot all about that. So, ball picked up, hand pass to McDonald, but he takes the hit over the line.
One of Vossi's favourite expressions, two hands for beginners. Didn't even get one to it, so he'll be all right. That he was going to get the distance, and the ball did hang in the air. I noticed that in that last little bit, but he had enough in the leg, and Bonbeach look on fire early.
They certainly do. Ball comes out to the far side. Manalo have it through Kelly, back over to Cole. That was Bailey Cole, but Bonbeach have won it back. Then they go inside forward 50 once again, looking for Joe Fisher. He gets the two jukes up, but it's spoiled away by Zach Rouse. Over the boundary line it goes, and we'll get a throw in on the far side, just inside the forward 50.
I'm not suggesting anything about the end result here, but I feel like if Bonbeach get another one early, you've got to hit the panic button if you're Mount Eliza.
Yeah, I agree with you, Daz. The way that they've gone inside forward 50 as well and around the stoppage, Mitch Chant works his way around, goes up to 1-on-1 with Trent Dennis Lane.
Trent did a bit of jumper pulling there.
Absolutely, that was there.
Good pick by the umpire.
Eliza come out wide looking for the player in Declan Cole. He takes the mark. So Simmons has the job on TDL at the moment with the ball in Finlay Bain's hands.
It's where they go from here, and
player in Jordan Rouse, Zach Rouse, taking the mark.
Got nothing up the field. He's just going to go down the line.
This is where they lack a bit in Mount Eliza. They don't have that big hulking centre half forward that they can just put it on their head like a Joe Fisher or a Khan Haratuku from the Bombers.
Spot on.
And look at Bonbeach's forward line. When you've got Fisher, you've got TDL, you've got the Hewlett boys. They've got some major size down there.
And of course, Dramana playing Frankston Bombers tomorrow with some big news with a big out for Dramana, AJ.
So that's a huge out for the Dramana Tigers, especially when you've got a player that continually gets 30 and 3 each week.
Not only the star player, but also he's the captain, isn't he?
He is, Bossy.
So he's the captain as well. So that's going to lack a little bit tomorrow. So they've got to do it without their main man. There is Perez falling really quickly, but back here, Bailey with a sideways kick, just checks on.
Flat bar.
There's an opportunity into the open goal. That was great. All of a sudden, Joe Fisher knocked the ball over, and Jack Sullivan ran around one, and then had an open goal in front of him. Goes, well, I'm not stopping. I put it through for a goal, and this is a big lead for the Bonbeach side. Here in the early stages of the second quarter, they're up by 25 points at the opening half of the second quarter. It's 4-4-28 Bonbeach. Mount Eliza 3 behinds.
Credit to Jack Sullivan there, who did go to Joe Fisher straight away after kicking that goal, and thank you. And that was just fantastic game awareness, knowing that there was 2-on-1 in that contest and getting it to ground, and that panic button has been well and truly pushed for Mount Eliza now, boys.
The scary thing is that Trent Dennis Lane only has one at the moment, but he could have had a couple. He had a juked him. Ball back in the middle. Rucks go at it. Shane McDonald's gone in for a little burst. Ball comes out to Scaglarini. He goes by foot, but he's turned it over. Bonbeach going to repel once again. They're just sitting in the middle. They've got players just lining up. They're going inside forward 50, and that man, Trent Dennis Lane, comes out and takes the mark. Beautiful ball movement from Bonbeach.
Can we get a head count? They look like they got 2 or 3 spare players, Bonbeach. Yeah, outstanding. Great hands from Teddy Allen. I think he's just warming into this contest beautifully. That's I reckon the 4th or the 5th time he's had more than a step on his opponent, whether it's a step and a half, 2, probably had 2.5 on that occasion.
Krogo's just sent a message through that it is quarter time in the game at Chelsea. And Langwarren are up by 13 points at quarter time, 6-1-37 to Somerville 1-1-7.
So the 2 weeks off hasn't done too much damage, boys.
No, courtesy of Bendigo Bank too, as TDL pushes that right.
He'd love to have that one back.
He could have had 4 already, I reckon.
4-5-29 Bonbeach. They are beating Mount Eliza at every opportunity at the moment. Mount Eliza 3 behind, so Mounty's still without a goal, and this is worrying times for the Redlegs.
I think Finlay Baines had 5 or 6 touches this quarter. Now, the AFL have come in the finals ditching that rule, not the staging, the setting an opposition player up for a 50-metre penalty by feigning a handball. It's worked there. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it. That's the stand rule exploitation.
I'm just wondering how far Nathan Scaglarini ran with that ball, AJ.
Had a couple of bounces there, Bossy.
Oh, I tell you what, I reckon in between bounces, I reckon he ran a fair way, though.
So Bonbeach 4-5-29, Mount Eliza 4 behind. Nearly 10 minutes gone in the second quarter. It's all one way at the moment. Bonbeach, their ball movement's been far superior. They're going to go out wide looking for a target. No mark taken. Osland just pushed off and Gent lays it. A tackle, and the ball It's going to be called for a throw up by the umpire on the far side near the scoreboard.
They've just got to lock this in, Eliza. They've got to create repeat scoring opportunities. They've got it. The only pressure that matters right now is scoreboard pressure.
Absolutely, as they're going to go deeper inside their forward 50. And the ball trickles out and we'll get a throw in.
We can finally sort of take a breath after Bonbeach dominating the opening 8 or so minutes. And it's been a good spread in this quarter. I know Armitage and Jackson Casey dominated the first quarter, but everyone's getting their hands on the footy now.
We've actually got Crago on the line. We're going to cross to Crago now and give us an update on that second semi-final between Langwarrin and Somerville. Crago.
Yes, boys, it's been all Langwarrin in this early part of the second quarter. They kicked 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, and it got out to a very handy lead, 9-1-55 to Somerville's 1-1-7. Tom Roberts is playing for Somerville today. The ruck has been fairly even so far, but the Langwarrin backline led by Mitch Cuthbert cleaning everything up that comes their way. Langwarrin have probably missed 2 chances in that first quarter, but Somerville missed 2 chances in that first quarter which should have been goals, but they have got a mountain of work to do. 5 minutes into the second quarter here at Chelsea, Langwarrin 9-1-55, Somerville 1-1-7.
Engrave the cup now, AJ.
It's just knocking on that door at the moment, so Geordie Captain has it here for man Eliza.
Poor AJ's just had a stroke trying to say absolutely there. I noticed that was very, very interesting. I can't believe the stance that Suss has taken. How many times has he tipped against Langwarrin until he's right to prove he's a genius, and right now he's looking foolish.
So Geordie Captain, in he comes.
How many times can you say they need one?
And he's pushed that to the far side. It's going to go through for another behind, so Mount Eliza move on to 5 behinds. So Bonbeach have a 4-goal lead currently on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. 4-5-29 playing 5 behinds at Vossi.
A 24-point lead to Bonbeach. Doing it very nicely at this stage. Ball just getting handed back to Sean Corrigan down there, is going to kick in from fullback. Joe Fisher out at half back, but he'll down. We'll go to Fisher actually, and goes up, take a player, ball knocked away.
Free kick. Oh no, my apologies. Just a double whistle there on that occasion. There's a bit of a wind that's blowing towards the broadcast side, boys. Noticing balls are swinging late into the air. That sounds wrong, but go with it.
Down round, to throw the ball back into play. Eliza need a goal. Absolute understatement. I know they're still without one. We've crossed 13 minutes in this second quarter. Umpire to ball the ball up once again.
What needs to come under the microscope for Eliza now is leadership. Who's going to stand up and take this final by the scruff of the neck and get them back into the contest?
So the quick kick came out and it was marked by Bailey Welsh. Now they can play on. Mount Eliza, they go towards full forward, no mark taken. And it's knocked towards the line and it goes over for a boundary throw in. So right forward pocket, Mount Eliza deep into attack. They trail 5 behinds, 5 points, and Bonbeach are up by 24 points at 4-5-29. We've played 14 minutes.
Big difference between both sides, boys, has been the entries inside forward 50 as the ball is thrown back in by the boundary umpire. 2 rucks go at it. It's just on the ground, bouncing around. It'd be called for another stoppage. You can see that Shane McDonald's laced Trent Dennis Lane out a couple of times and just put it out in front, whereas Mount Eliza are just bombing away to a contest every time. Quick kick smothered. Players just around this big pack. Bossie's just slurping away on a Coke Zero, just getting his appetite going.
I mean, this is playing right into Bonbeach's hands. The game can be as slow as it wants when you're 4 goals in front. Of course, winner of this game will play Frankston YCW next week. The loser will take on the winner of Germana and Frankston Bombers, with Billy Quigley not playing, which opens that game up monumentally.
So once again, we've got another stoppage inside the forward 50 for Mount Eliza. Ball's just on the ground and we had another throw in.
Alright, we need this contest broken up, I think. Bonbeach have wowed us in the first 4 or 5 minutes with their ball movement, and We don't need a trio of stoppages in the same spot, I don't think. I think we're about to get a fourth. No.
Don't go too early, Daz. This ball comes out for Bonbeach. They're linked up by hands. They found Trent Dennis Lane.
This matchup's a problem. Elliot Simmons is giving him way too much space.
Over to McDonald. So he wheels around. He's going to go inside forward 50 with a beautiful kick in front of Joe Fisher, but it's spilled by Antoni. Verma off the side of his boot, out in front of Mitch Gent. Can he just reel it in? And it's going to go out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in deep inside the Bonbeach forward 50, and they look very dangerous. I think the only reason why Elliot Simmons is not keeping up with the matchup does is the fact that their ball movement is just far superior.
Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't done a whole lot wrong, I'll be honest with you, but Shane McDonald, that's got to be 4 of the best entries inside 50 you'll ever see, and 2 of them have been dropped when they should have been taken.
That's why he's been the best player in the Mpnfl for a number of years, boys. So the ball's at the 50-metre line for the Bonbeach Footy Club. Mitch Gent, he's taken in a tackle but gets the handball out. Armitage just brushes the player off. Over to Murray. He gets a kick on. It's gone through.
With ease.
So Bonbeach go out to 5-5-35. Mount Eliza 5 behind.
And weren't they caught napping too, Mount Eliza? The fact that he was able to sidestep, come inside the contest with 3 or 4 Mount Eliza players. He didn't automatically rush in, gave him that extra step, and he put it through. This is looking quite grim for Mount Eliza at the moment, and that skip bin is calling my name, unfortunately. I like my mattress though.
He eyed you off before the game, and I'll tell you what.
He did.
He'll be eyeing you off more so afterwards.
I think that's where the problem was, Vossi. I think if you're blaming me, I think that's where the problems may lie.
So, ball back to the middle. Bonbeach doing it all as they please at the moment. They go inside. McDonald overrun the ball. Hewlett gets the hand pass out. He was looking there for Bo Bailey, who overrun it. Numerology are plenty there. The 224s go at it. And Sam Mornay, long lost cousin of Tuna, decided to I'm going to hand the ball back to the umpire and ball the ball up. It looks an obvious one there.
You're better than that, Vossi.
Oh, I know.
I'm not, but you are.
I know. I'm a bit of the old corny sort of jokes. That's me at the moment.
The sun breaking through too. Beautiful. Love it.
Boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play. 35 or 30 metres out from the Bonbeach goal. Ball comes to the back. And the umpire says, I am going to ball the ball up, I believe. Yes, and he think he will. So a throw up once again. Fisher going up. Well done, Joe Fisher. Jeez, he's good in the ruck, isn't he? Just knocks the ball down. Just gave an opportunity for Jackson Casey. Unfortunately, it didn't bounce kindly for him. He kicked one out. The mark has been taken. Now they can get it to go. Captain gets it over towards his teammate there in Price. He goes towards centre wing, but it's a poor kick, and the mark has been taken by Bonbeach, and they can load up once again.
They go out wide. They've found the player there in Calvin Lee. Could have gone with him or Armitage. Gone out further looking for Casey, but a great spoil by Shane Tennant. Haven't called his name too much today, boys. It's probably a reason why Bonbeach is so far in front at the moment.
Yeah, it's a credit to their ball movement, hasn't it, that we haven't seen Shane Tennant come across much like Price did moments ago. Just got to give credit to Bonbeach. Tennant hasn't done anything wrong. They're just not kicking it to him or kicking it at him either. They're finding targets, pockets of space in their forward 50.
Sign of a good game plan, Daz.
Absolutely.
All thrown in.
Spot on.
Ball roved by Scaglarina. He can come out of the stoppage. He goes wide looking for Cole, who's got it now. He goes in. Can he find a target? It's just bounced in front of the player there in Williams. Listen, he's kept his feet though. He's going to go in short, one over the top, but it's spoiled. Not a great kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Not happening for Mount Eliza at the moment here, boys.
Yeah, whatever can go wrong is going wrong for Mount Eliza at the moment, which is not what we want to see. Bailey Welsh's game, I think's been pretty good. Mount Eliza, you know, when we talk about a couple of their players, Declan Cole's been good, but he's just missed a couple of targets by foot. They're not that far from from it clicking and coming together. It needs to happen quickly.
Sometimes when you've got a press like they're doing at the moment, man, Eliza, and you leave Trent Dennis-Lane and Shane McDonald all alone, doesn't matter, even though they're in their attacking forward line, it's only a couple of quick kicks out with their ball movement that they're out away from their opponents.
Mount Eliza 6 behinds. Bonbeach 5-5-35, 20 and a half minutes played in the second quarter. So Mount Eliza still without a goal, and this is looking very, very good for Bonbeach at this stage. Still a half of football to go, of course, as the kick comes out towards half-back. Fisher went up, third in line, couldn't take the mark. Ball over the line for a boundary throw-in once again.
I reckon all 6 of their kick-ins have gone to the exact same spot, Bonbeach. So definitely a set play to set up a stoppage and let their midfielders go to work.
So boundary umpire to throw the ball back in.
Elliot Simmons playing about 8 metres in front of Trent Dennis-Lane at the moment. Oh no, he's backing back now.
So here's an opportunity now for Bonbeach to try and feed up. Going around and tackling a kick in short. It wasn't the greatest of kicks. It was looking there for Casey. Instead it ended up with Will Anthony, who's got it.
Owes him one.
Goes to the high, kick towards the forward pocket. It floats in towards the pocket, and the ball knocked over for a boundary throw-in. So 21 and a half minutes played. If you reckon Mount Eliza have got problems, I reckon some of them have got problems at Chelsea trying to match up against their Lang Warren at the moment, AJ.
Absolutely correct, Bossy. I think everyone's had problems against Lang Warren all year as the ball's thrown back in. Tackle applied, we're going to get another stoppage.
So a couple of things for Mount Eliza here. They need to stop going down the line. They're just getting nothing from their tools at the moment. And the second thing they've got to do is, at the boundary throw-in, especially broadcast side, they're falling a bit short, so their ruckman needs to set up closer to the boundary line in order to take full effect. The last couple of stoppages, the Mount Eliza ruckman has just done nothing. Just hasn't got there.
It's come out, it's been turned over by Mount Eliza, but standing in the way for that footy club is Shane's hand. Ball comes to ground, Mitch Jen. He goes by hand over to Gilbert. He goes by hand once again. Going to go back to Gilbert. He brushes off a tackle. Sabaya runs onto it. He can go inside forward 50, looking for Trent Dennis-Lane. Bonbeach Football Club.
The kicks inside 50 today have been extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary.
Seriously, Elliot Simmons is not from...
Yeah, he's going into half-time going, hey, midfield, any chance you can put some pressure on the ball coming in?
Absolutely there. By hand, football Bonbeach is looking way too slick.
This has got to go towards the left goal post and just swing back nicely.
I think Elliot wants to trade careers with Gene Simmons actually at the moment. There is nothing you can do with the ball uses like that.
Yeah.
And that's the first one really that, actually you kicked the first goal of the game, but that was just icing on the cake. Yeah, that was a beautiful kick by Trent Dennis-Lane.
It sums up the reason why Bonbeach is 6 goals ahead, boys, because their ball movement inside forward 50 has been out in front of Trent Dennis-Lane, whereas when Mount Eliza go inside forward 50, it's on top of a pack.
Yeah, spot on, and we're talking about poor Elliot Simmons. What are you taught as a young defender? You've got to play back shoulder, and you've got to give them half a step, because if you're, of course, too close, you're going to end up pushing them in the back, and you can use your athleticism. Right now, they're just hitting Trent Dennis-Lane's forehead at the moment. He's just clumping everything at the moment, so I feel for the lad. And I'll also learn how to talk at some point too.
Bonbeach have kicked 4 goals this quarter. Mount Eliza haven't kicked a goal. I'll give you a question, AJ. Answer it at half time if you want. But would you, if you were Steve Battle, would you go in and really give it to the players? Would you?
Absolutely. Just form a circle, put me in the middle, let them bash me, Bossy. I
don't think you're not going to go off your lid, but you're going to give them a fair old clip, I reckon, for the way that they've gone inside their forward 50.
Yeah, the insurance of next week means nothing right now.
Absolutely. There's the ball on the far side. That's better ball movement out in front of the player there in Morney.
It's this kick they're struggling with.
You play next week, but also you're at risk of by losing today, you play next week and you've got the longer route to the grand final.
They'll go into the pocket. They're going to find a player finally inside their forward 50 in Williams.
I'll get excited when it goes through. I really will. But yeah, you're spot on. Both kicks, the kick beforehand and that kick inside 50, they just found pockets of space. They used the width of the ground. They didn't just go down the line. They didn't kick the ball high. Intelligent football.
If he kicks this goal, I'm interested to know what the reaction is of the Mount Eliza players.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to rush in, band together, take the time. He's got to kick it first. Oh, boys.
25 metres, he's missed that.
How would you be the coaching staff right now? You've got to be thinking to yourself, what more can we do? So 7 behinds is Mount Eliza, 6-5-41. That's Bonbeach.
There haven't been many shots like that though today, boys, inside their forward 50. They've been to the top of the goal square and just
a few rushed. Yep, spot on.
So the ball's out in the far wing. Quick kick forward. They've got players just lining up on the beach.
Seriously, I know I said head count as a joke before. It might actually come to fruition here. Look at him lining up in the middle.
Joe Fisher's taking the mark inside the forward 50. He can go back if he wants to just settle down, hopefully get their 7th on the board. And the ball movement, once again, is the talking point, fellas. It's just absolutely, by far, the superior for Bonbeach.
They go as a team, don't they? Once they get possession, all their players go. They only leave 3 or 4 behind the ball, I must say, if they do turn the footy over, and it's up to the opposition to hurt them. Mount Eliza haven't been able to do it, so Joe Fisher gets to line up.
So...
just to make sure it was going over his head, that was it.
Now, Joe Fisher was confident. He put that through. He had Hewlett of the Owen variety, and he also had Tyson Murray to kick that ball to. But instead he went back to 45 and said, no, I've got this, boys, and I'll kick the goal, and that's exactly what he did.
That's what Mount Eliza is missing right now, and that's leadership.
When you're a key forward, you should be going back, especially when you're on front at goal.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Too many times you see forwards want to pass that off. If you're a key forward, take the onus, go back and kick from in front of goal.
Yeah, the confidence was good. He turned his back and he didn't look like missing.
So the ball's back in the middle. Sam Gilbert is set upon by the Mount Eliza Footy Club. Ball just bouncing around.
Tell you what's going underrated at the moment. It's Bonbeach's pressure.
Absolutely does. Still haven't got too far. The ball comes out. Players are slipping over at the moment. Come back inboard. Harmony's puts his body over it. And finally we'll get a stoppage.
It's been really impressive. I'm running out of superlatives at the moment. This is just a football team that has uber amounts of confidence every time they get the footy, whether it's in their back half or they're locking it into their front half. They know what to do when they've got the footy, and they're holding up when they don't have the footy. So all credit to the Sharks at the moment.
Free kick.
And look at them go. They're already spread.
And the free kick is going here to Lachlan. Steady, he goes in short.
There was a delay. He'd fallen over. There was a delay. How do you have a free man in the centre square? Downfield too.
It's a push. And the umpire says that's downfield. And Shane McDonald, who's give him the Shane McDonald. Then it's going to Tyson Murray for the goal.
Right behind us too. Wonder what he's doing here. Is he going the snap? He is.
Oh, a bit far out for that.
I don't mind. He's got to kick it high. Get the distance around. Too early.
Too much bandage. Missed that shot. 41 points is the margin at half-time here in the qualifying final. It's Bonbeach 7-6-48. Mount Eliza 0-7. We all like our footy sides to be done, but start of the third quarter here in the qualifying final. It is a 41-point lead to Bonbeach. What can Mount Eliza offer as a way of resistance in this third quarter? They've got the opportunity now. Launch in the goal. There's the first goal.
There's the start, and they're all around it too. That's what you want. There's leadership for you. Harrison Scott, who had a pretty indifferent first half, boys. That is a fantastic finish. That's what we wanted to see early in this third quarter. Geez, the crowd loved it too.
Word from Bonbeach was that they do have some fade out, so they're hoping they can just mount a few more goals on the board and can keep Mount Eliza at bay, but the ball will be back into the middle. That only took about 30 seconds to get Mount Eliza's first of the afternoon. Yes, their first of the afternoon, and it's after half-time. Ball thrown up. Rucks do battle. Better movement for the Mount Eliza midfield. Bain, he gets a kick going forward. It's in the hands of Casey. He goes right hand to Gilbert. Back to Casey. He's going to go with a kick. Further afielding for Verma. That's a better mark from Will Antoni.
Geez, they're up. I know it's only a minute and a half, but they're up.
Bailey Welsh, he goes in, found Scaglarini. He goes over the top and he's found Price. He can play on. He can go inside forward 50. He can go with a Chislett of Williams. He overcooked the footy there a bit. Bonbeach can rebound. Mitch Gent by hand. Back over to play there in Bright. So they've gone up to the wing, but standing there was Will Antoni, and he's had a couple of good moments to start the third quarter, boys.
Had to make up for it, didn't he? Gave away an albeit a very soft free kick, but owes him one.
So he's going to go long to the top of the centre-half forward area. It nearly worked out, although it was not intended. Player there for Bonbeach was the player in Dunn, but he turned it over. They've gone out wide, man. Eliza Scaglarini. He overcooks the footy, but it almost worked for Scott. And Corrigan is taken out, and we'll get a throw in next to the behind post here. We've played 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the third quarter. If you're only just joining us, Mount Eliza were goalless at half time, but they've kicked their first 30 seconds into the game. And Michael Voss, another throw in.
There's another throw in. Mount Eliza into attack.
His ball up once again. It's an easy game. Sorry to interrupt you, Bossy. It's a very easy game when you win clearances. In 3-0 so far in terms of Mount Eliza, and Antoni out here had the right idea. Tom Small was out on his own. He just butchered the kick, but they got to lock it in, create the wall, and get a second goal for the quarter.
There's another opportunity.
And they do.
There is a goal. So they've kicked 2 in the space of 3 minutes to start the third quarter, and that is a perfect start for Mount Eliza. And I was about to say, if you're a Bonbeach player or official or whatever, you just need to ride the wave. And just, I know you've maybe this is coming at you, but you've just got to ride this out.
Yep.
But Mount Eliza kicked 2 goals, and all of a sudden the margin's made to 29 points, and all of a sudden there's hope.
Yeah, Finlay Bain, good finish too. Really good finish, just got out of the back. But if you're Bonbeach right now, then you're not panicking yet. Of course, with a big lead, there's another clearance to be won, and Mount Eliza have woken up. It's good to see.
That's been the difference in this quarter so far, boys. The clearances, Mount Eliza have got on top, so the ball's about to be thrown up. Rucks are going to do battle once again. Mount Eliza on top in that department. Scaglarini, he has a clearance. He goes inside forward 50. Look for Price. Ball's out in front of Hewlett. He goes up the wing. He was trying to find Verma. Antoni was done a little bit, but Gilbert goes by hand over the top. And they've got the run there. Bailey goes inside forward 50 over the top of McDonald, but crumbing was Fisher. He's turned it over. Welsh just gets a clearing kick. Cole standing under it. Armitage comes in to affect the contest, but Mount Eliza are just really battling hard here in the second half to start. They've got the ball moving forward. Whistle's being blown. Got a free kick going downfield the way of Mount Eliza against David Armitage. Momentum going to go into the middle of the ground. Although they've overcooked it, Bonbeach are out here if they can get it going. Kelly just applies the pressure for Mount Eliza, but they've made the Bonbeach Footy Club turn it over. Small, he goes inside forward 50, looking for a target. Bounces in front of the player there in standing for Bonbeach. And Bonbeach have been able to settle and have gone out wide, finding Mitch Gent.
Geez, that's 2 kicks into the middle that they've butchered. Mount Eliza both could have turned into scores, and they're out here. Bonbeach in the middle of the ground.
Beautiful kick, and now all of a sudden Sterling's got a long kick.
Oh, well done.
Numbers with Mount Eliza there in defence, and the Cummers inspired me in this second half. Where was this in the first half? They're showing a lot more passion, a lot more determination in this third quarter. They've scored the first 2 goals inside 5 minutes to start this third quarter. They're asking a few questions. Bonbeach has just got to try and ride this out. They go in short. Mark's taken by Shane McDonald.
Good man to settle it down.
And this would certainly knock a few stuffings out of them if they can kick this goal. Margin is 29 points. Shane McDonald's got the opportunity to make it 35 points with this kick. Man is well and truly in the veteran stage, but still a star in this competition, rest assured. Been a fantastic player over a long time, and he'd like nothing more than to go back and put this goal on the board to rest the momentum back for his side. He has the shot. Beautiful for a goal. That's a great goal for Bonbeach. That stings if you now Eliza. Bonbeach down now by 35 points, 8-6-54. And Mount Eliza 2-7-19, and we've played 6 minutes in the third quarter.
There's a sense of, because he's had 4 or 5 inside 50 deliveries that have just been outstanding, and he's just done the, all right, I'll do it myself, and he's able to settle down. That's a sign of fantastic leadership, isn't it, that he's able to go back, put that one through without a care in the world or looking like it. So if you're Mount Eliza, that's okay. More clearances to win, more momentum to be had. Really good by Bonbeach. They were out in the middle of the ground and were able to take full advantage.
So the rush do battle once again. Gilbert with a little toe poke. He found Casey. Gilbert runs onto it. He gets a quick kick going forward, finding or looking for Fisher. It was forward away from him. He butters up by hand, but he turns it over. Welsh off half back. He's going to go in the middle of the ground. Who can stand up for Mount Eliza? They're looking for Katkin. He applies a tackle, and we're going to get another stoppage inside the centre square here at the Greg Beck Oval, home of the Frankston Bombers.
They're leaking in the corridor at the moment, Mount Eliza, aren't they? For better or worse.
8-6-54, Mount Eliza 2-7-19. If you're just joining us, Mount Eliza kicked 2 goals straight after the half-time siren to get their first 2 of the afternoon. Bonbeach have been well on top. We've got another stoppage inside the middle of the circle here. Great crowd in for this final in the Mpnfl. Haven't seen finals in Division 1 for a couple of years, boys, but Bonbeach are well on top with Armitage going with the barrel inside forward 50, putting it out in front of Shane McDonald. Can he run onto it? This is just class by McDonald. He goes over the back, gets the ball going forward. But it trickles out and we'll get a throw in.
So the setup of that stoppage, they're looking at a free David Armitage at their attacking side of the stoppage. This is Mount Eliza, and they just let him go free, just as a sweeper. That's mind-boggling to me. And he was able to mop up, and this is why they've got a boundary throw-in. Sloppy.
Bonbeach by 35 points. It's 2 goals to 1 in this third quarter in favour of Mount Eliza as they go out towards half-back, and somehow he got in line of that mark. Jordan Captain, he took the mark. He seemed to be out of that contest, but took the mark. He went out towards centre wing. He was looking out there for Finlay Bay. Brilliant. Good tackle upon.
Oh, you've got to reward that.
And that should have been holding the ball. The Mount Eliza crowd wanted it. The umpire said, no, there's going to get holding the ball now. And it is
better late than never, Bossy.
That's probably true too. Finlay Bain's got it. Goes in short. Mark has been taken by Tom Small. They can get it and go here, Mount Eliza. They can go to the back of the goal square. They've got 2 out the back, but the ball didn't bounce out the back. It went off to the side, and the ball now over the line. Taken over the line there from Bonbeach for a boundary throw-in.
Isn't Finlay Bain so much more of a dangerous player when he's getting the ball and delivering it forward to centre? In the second quarter, they had 4 or 5 touches in the back pocket. They weren't really going anywhere. Much more threatening in this quarter, and he's next to Jackson Casey, which you love to see.
When he played earlier in the year against Frankston, he had about 46 touches and he was BOG that day.
It helps that he's getting them in the forward half, boys, because Bonbeach had it all their way
Much more
in
dangerous.
the first half. So the ball comes out, Hewlett, Lamb of the variety. Ball out in front, just bouncing around, spalls over it. Scaglarini, he's going to get a kick on the left foot. It's a 2v1. Can Williams win out? Corrigan for Bonbeach. He's going to go on his left. He goes over the top, look for Verma. He just uses his body. Ball's in his hands. He just stands up the tackle. Player for Bonbeach and Douglas goes forward. Going to turn it over. Standing in the hole was Zach Rouse for Mount Eliza. They've got the players out here. They can get and go, and they have. They're looking for Scaglarini, who's out in the wing. There's better ball movement from Mount Eliza. They want to go back inboard. They want to use their angles. They do so now. They've found Small in the middle of the ground. They've got Bailey Welsh on the far side, and they've gone to him. They can get it over to Price. They're out, but he steps and goes himself. He goes long. Who's at the back? Finn Bain standing in the hole.
He's been really composed down back. Today, Corrigan, been fantastic.
Goes in short to Armitage. Armitage goes in short. Now mark taken by Mitch Chen at left half back.
It hasn't been his most prolific day, but then again, it hasn't really had to be, has it?
Mitch Chen, you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, first 10 minutes or so he was well and truly involved in the game, but since then, probably you're right on that score, Daz. As the ball is at half back, just defensive side of centre wing, and Franklin Bonbeach will go forward. with a kick towards half forward, looking there for Shane McDonald, but the ball went through his hands. Ball comes to the back, and the umpire has said throw it back into play right in front of the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard, which reads 54. Bonbeach, Mount Eliza on 19. We've played 11 and a half minutes in this, the third quarter.
Thanks also to Chisholm Sports Academy, Pro Finish Roofing, WorkSafe and a number of other sponsors for making this possible. As the ball goes out, leading the race for it is Waterstone, but it trickles out. We're going to throw in Lossie's man, Wet Rock. I reckon that's about 8-2 in the clearances for Mount Eliza this quarter. And what the positive is they've got to risk losing this game in order to win it, so they're going to keep attacking, keep going as directly as they can. But I agree with you, Bossy. Where was it in the first half? Ball thrown in. We're on the wing here at Greg Beck Oval. Casey has the footy. Going to get to Craig, who's at Chelsea right now.
Thanks, boys. We're partly into the third quarter. It's a goal apiece in the third quarter. McDonald for Somerville and Bonbeach's second goal for Langwarren. Current score, Langwarren 10-3-63. Somerville's 5-2-32.
Thanks, mate. We'll check in once again in a little bit longer. There's Price from Mount Eliza. He's got his head over the footy. He goes with a clever hand pass out to O'Neill, who can run onto it. Good tackle applied by Corrigan, who's had some game for Bonbeach.
What was the score, Craig, I just mentioned?
So it was 10 goals to 5.
That's the conclusion at the moment.
5 goals lead to Langwarren. I just want someone to believe in me as much as Sus believes in Langwarren losing. I think that's what I'm looking for. Just in life in general, in the social circles. Cuddle's looking for another cuddle. No, not at all. No, I'm good.
Righto, captain.
Yeah. I'll take captain. Yeah. It can go either way. Yeah. People might think I am the captain. Well, may be wrong, but that's all right. He's the position of power in the back of the van right now is just shining through. The president of the peninsula just letting us know who's in charge. It's all right, it's going to be a chief and a captain, and they got the deckhands. Oh boy, the hierarchy has been set.
I'm not doing too much scrubbing at the moment, for sure.
The ball's inside the forward 50 for Mount Eliza. Umpire circles, we're going to get a throw up once again. Been really impressed with Mount Eliza. I know it's a long way to come back, and I'm not suggesting that something remarkable is going to happen, but they're doing everything that we asked of them at half time. Can't give a bigger tick than that.
Tackle got the quick kick away there. The ball kicked across the face.
This will be interesting to see what happens here. Oh, he had 50 cents each way then, the umpire.
I don't think the umpire was I really don't think he was. Ball thrown back into play, Mount Eliza. 15 metres out from their goal. They're down by 35 points. They've scored their only 2 goals in this, the third quarter. Knocked down by Hewlett. Free kick. Going to go here to Bonbeach.
Feeling the frustration of the crowd just to the right of the van, and I think they've got a case to be made there. Might have been tackled a bit before he got the footy, but
Jackson Case has been a good player this afternoon.
See, this is better for Mount Eliza defensively too. They've just been allowed to walk the ball out, Bonbeach, not on this occasion.
Casey goes long, down towards.
Hey!
Jump.
You've got to pay that, yeah, he has.
And he's no sleep mark of the day, that one.
Oh, absolutely. Will Antoni's been good, but I think it's about time he needs to go forward and just present a bit of a target at centre-half forward. They're lacking something here, Mount Eliza, as the ball goes inside their forward 50. Williams, he's over at Corrigan for Bonbeach. He's stripped. O'Neill. Oh, how'd he get that much space? He goes by hand. He was looking for Kelly. He lays it great tackle. Great tackle. Thomas Kelly needs to go back and put another goal on the board for Mount Eliza, with which will there be their third. So it's currently Bonbeach 8-6-54, Mount Eliza 2-7-19. We've played 15 minutes in the third quarter. He's power walked back to the top of his mark there. Tom Kelly, no thought of passing this off, and just the same as Trent Dennis Lane from pretty much this exact spot. Inside of the left-hand goal post, let the ball have its natural left to right swing, and they'll get their third.
Vital kick.
Good walking as well. He's got plenty of momentum. Oh, he's just gone the starter step. That's not what.
Third quarter, they've only outscored the opposition.
Come on, Tommy.
By
5
points. 2-8-20 to 8-6-54. So that's actually they outscored them by 7 points in this quarter. There was an opportunity to get a goal closer.
I don't think you're allowed to bring your own footy from home, but I'm pretty sure Jackson Casey's done that.
He's had a fantastic day, hasn't he? So Bonbeach just taking this thing out of it, just having a few possessions of the ball, and still only conceded the 2 goals this quarter while they've scored 1. That's a possible turnover here from Eliza, and the opportunity for them to go back forward with a kick towards the centre wing. The kick went inward, but might get turned over here if they're not careful. No, have to get the ball out and go long towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Oh, almost running onto the ball. There was some Eliza player, Tom Small, but it went away from him. He was running into an open goal there, AJ, and it was all to do, and he just unfortunately couldn't keep a handle on the ball.
Yeah, you're right, Bossy. Ball's out on the back flank on the far side with Sam Gilbert. The ever-experienced Sam Gilbert, former St Kilda player, but he's turned that footy over. And the player there in Jordan Rouse was able to get a hand in, has gone over the boundary line on the far wing. So let's be the romantics at the moment and say that Mount Eliza are in with a big chance. What's the 3/4 time margin got to be for them to set themselves up, boys, do we think?
They've got to make the margin, I reckon,
within 3 goals?
Under 4.
Under 4? Okay. AJ, you agree with that? Yeah, absolutely. I was going to go 4, so the ball's out, but this is better movement out in front of the player in Calvin Lee for Bonbeach. The man with the flowing locks goes in looking for a target. Trent Dennis-Lane just staying down. Who can crumb? Just drill it out and we'll get a throw in inside the Bonbeach forward 50, 8-6-54, Mount Eliza 2-8-20, Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. So for Bonbeach right now, they probably know that they're only back-to-back goals away from really putting the game away, if we're being completely honest. And like I said, I've admired what Mount Eliza have done, but if they create a challenge as we see a goal go through, maybe? No?
Just stopped on the line and taken through for a point. So margin is 35 points. 8-7-55, Mount Eliza 2-8-20. 18 minutes in the 3rd quarter. So, in my reckoning, Mount Eliza have got to outscore them by 2 goals in the last 7 or so minutes in this quarter to be a chance going into the last quarter. At the moment, it's Bonbeach still in control. There's a kick by Verma, it was towards half forward, taken, and it's been taken by William Dunn. Not the greatest of kicks, and in fact it's been knocked towards the line and goes over. The boundary thrown, Bonbeach wanted for deliberate. The umpire said no, throw it back into play. Half forward flank here for Bonbeach, who are up by 55-20 on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Maybe a special mention to the sewers group and the waste management and recovery section.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be one of the favourites of Daz. They're getting plenty of work, the old out. As Bonbeach go by Hamid. Oh, well done. That's better by O'Neill. The pickpocket has been able to intercept here. So run in and kick it, son. Goes in with a shot at goal, but he's pushed it to the far side. Chastising himself too, and rightly so.
Should have done a Buddy Franklin there and just basically ran away from his opponent. Just backed himself in there, Daz.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably could have gone in either a bit closer or he had to slow himself down. He was kicking at full pace, and you're a little bit more out of control. This is a beautiful kick in from Corrigan to Mitch Gent. I'm going with the boys so far. My leader for the Jones Lapino best on ground. Sean Corrigan. Yeah, thank you. Bit of love to the defenders because I still think Caden McKenzie had a really good argument last week. But good to see you're on board with the boys down back, AJ. It's not that I wasn't on board. It's just the fact he wasn't best on ground in my opinion. No, you're off it. That's all right. Better late than never. Can't tell me the locals don't care.
It's a kick inside, attacking 50, the ball knocked away. Over the line for a boundary thrown. Left forward pocket here for Bonbeach. They lead by 34 points. We're 20 minutes into the 3rd quarter. So just got to try and maintain this lead going into 3/4 time, and the odds will be very short on them winning this game in the last quarter. They're in control of it at the moment. Mount Eliza need to hit the scoreboard at least 2 more times in this quarter to get goals, but ball's at the wrong end of the ground at the moment. Mount Eliza Eliza scoring those 2 goals inside the first probably 3 minutes of the quarter. And since then, Bonbeach's defence has been well on top, AJ.
Absolutely, they look a lot more dangerous around these forward 50 stoppages. Bossy as one goes through for Calvin Lee for Bonbeach. They get that goal, they go up to 9-7. Bossy, you're only a quarter a bit delayed there, mate. I was knocking on the door in the second quarter.
Well, she went away there for a bit.
Did not go away. It's been knocking around the whole time. Have not wavered. Bonbeach have clearly been the better side all day there, out to a 40-point lead this game. In the third quarter, it's been going nearly 21 and a half minutes, and to be honest, Bonbeach get one more, you may as well just shut the doors.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be the nail in the coffin. So the winner, it's going to be Bonbeach, will take on Frankston YCW next week. It looks like Mount Eliza will take on the winner of Jumana and Frankston Bombers tomorrow.
So ball back to the middle, and a high kick for Bonbeach by Sam Gilbert. It was towards the half-forward area. Kick off the ground. Thanks, the umpire has said it's a free kick.
In danger, I think.
Oh, that might have been out in the
yeah, I think it was out in the full, okay.
Short pass and the mark has been taken.
I reckon that Shane Tennant's probably first or second intercept mark for the day, boys.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
So Jordan Rouse has got it at half-back here from Mount Eliza. Looking to try and move things on, but Bonbeach just manning them up and doing a good job at doing so at the moment. Good mark taken.
He's been good across half-back as well, Nick Waterston.
The old wet rock.
Bossy's man.
Can you call him wet rock though? Because isn't water wet?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you be going something else?
Water. Don't get me started, but water's not wet. It creates wet things.
Well, it's what they said. I'm telling you, that's what they call it. That's what his nickname's been for a while. So I'm just telling by what
no worries,
it's been called. So
I'll back you in.
Yeah, well.
You've got some news up at Chelsea.
Just listening to the fascinating H2O debate there. Chelsea, we are 16 minutes into the third quarter. Been a 3 goals, 1 quarter to Glenwarren. They lead 12-4, 76 to Somerville, 5-3, 33.
So it looks like Glenwarren are going to get over the line.
That's been knocking since the first quarter of Aussie, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'm just jumping on there, that's all right.
Bo Bailey, he goes up the line, finding his target.
He's been good today, Bo Bailey.
He has found Armitage in front of the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard that reads 9-7-61, 2-9-21, 40-point margin to Bonbeach. That's a great kick by Armitage in short to Bo Bailey. Can go back and kick this. So they've only had 5 more scoring shots on Beach, so per scoring shot is coming up 8 points. That's a disaster. Right to the line, that's scored through, and I think the biggest thing and the positive for Bonbeach is Trent Dennis Lane has only kicked 2, McDonald has kicked 1, so they haven't had to rely on those guys too much. Also Joe Fisher just with the one, they've had multiple goal scorers.
Yeah, I like it, and they're going to be able to take that into the Stonecats and know that they're not just a 1 or a 2 trick pony, so they'll get a lot out of this performance so far for sure.
So Finn Bain turns the ball over, he's found Bo Bailey once again on the far side here at Greg Beck Oval, home of the Frankston Bombers. He's going to drive it long inside forward 50, looking for Trent Dennis Lane, who almost sits on Shane Tennant's head. Ball comes over the top. But D'Antoni, he goes with an absolute shocker. That can't be deliberate. No, it can't be.
It's the boundary starts with one finish to bring it up, and then he brings them together to signal the throw in. So a little bit of theatre from the umpires, which we don't mind.
Absolutely, ball thrown back in. Good body work from the Mount Eliza ruckman in Jordan Rouse. Ball comes up.
That's an absolute
Waterstone. Sorry, the player there, it was right. And we're calling for a stoppage there. Got an injured player just at the back. I reckon that's... Another one goes down, he drops. It's all happening here. No reversals into it's all happening. Jackson Darcy has the footy in the middle of the ground, goes to Armitage, he feigns one off, he falls over. This is a calamity of errors here at the moment. It is all happening.
I hope Benny Hill music's not copyrighted, otherwise we're in big trouble.
Corrigan once again Captain he goes with a chisel inside, looking for Casey. He found him. Armitage, he's just racking them up here. He goes out wide, but it's Cole. Declan Variety who gets a hand in from Eliza. He goes over the top looking for O'Neill, but Nick Waterston over the back. That is a great mark. He's been really impressive too.
Got a hard hit early, went off the ground, come back on, has been very solid in defence. So Waterstone goes long, down towards centre wing, mark taken. Going back with the fly to the ball and they can play on here. Bonbeach, they go inside attacking 50. Looking for perhaps a late third quarter goal. Still might be an opportunity for them as the mark wasn't taken. Wasn't the bonus of kicks. Now the ball was being brought up by the umpire at centre half 40 for Bonbeach. They lead at the 26 and a half at a mark of the third quarter. They lead 9-8-62. Mount Eliza 2-9-21, and this game is over. Well, this game, it is. It's a case of just trying to get through that last quarter and making sure that there's no...
This will be a modern-day Miracle Michael Voss if they get back. This has got Miracle on Grass, Brisbane, Geelong 2013 written all over it if they get across the line here. And courtesy of Bendigo Bank, Port Adelaide, West Coast up by a kick on Port Adelaide in the AFLW.
So, Bonbeach doing fantastically well here this afternoon, and Wang Warren well in control of their game as well. Just a reminder, we'll be at Rosebud tomorrow for the elimination final between Dramana and Frankston Bombers. But at three-quarter time, that quarter went 27 minutes.
And welcome back. As the siren sounds for the fourth quarter, ball thrown up, Ruckman do battle. Gilbert comes down with it. He gets a quick kick going forward, inside forward 50. Dennis Lane and Simmons. Ball goes out to Welsh, Tennant. Over to Rouse, back over to Welsh. Forward to Scagliarini. He goes by foot, looking for a target. He finds one. Probably been the best for Mount Eliza, Scagliarini. Yeah. And Elliot Simmons, got to give him credit. There was the pressure on the kick coming in, and he was able to put his defensive dance on the contest. Absolutely, as the umpire calls for it, middle of the ground. The problem that he's had all day, of course, is that the service to TDL for the entirety of the game has been better than first class. Scagliarini goes with a long ball inside forward 50. Who can stand up and take a mark, but it's not going to be for Mount Eliza. Bonbeach are going to repel this. They're going to look in for Jackson Casey. Ball turned over. No, can't be doing that there, but Bonbeach were too good. It's come out wide to Corrigan. He wants to go over the top and find Gilbert, but intercepting the mark is Welsh. He goes in short. Ball through the hands of Small. Luckily he had Cole standing there behind him. Tackle applied. That's an ugly feeling in footy, isn't it, when you handball into a teammate who is instantly put under pressure.
So Bonbeach by 41 points, early stages of the last quarter of the qualifying final for 2022. A high kick it was for Mount Eliza by Tom Small. It was towards half forward. Bonbeach defence is trying to bustle their way through. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up.
Courtesy of Bendigo Bank, AFLW half-time, Port Adelaide in their first game. All tied up with West Coast. So if Port can get over the line in Aaron Phillips' debut and a club debut, of course, that would be a big moment for that footy club.
Inspirational Aaron Phillips. Their new clubs, the job being a face of that club is an opportunity for McDonald to go in short, smell it off the boat. Lazy kick by Shane McDonald. He want that one back, but he's not going to get it.
I think it hit the umpire in the back. I think so.
Well, the umpire should have called it back if that was the case. There is a kick out by Finlay Bain out towards centre wing. Taken in from out of Eliza, they can go towards centre half forward. They'll be going back and taking the mark in defence. And aside from that 3 minute period,
someone's down.
Aside from that 3 minute period in the third quarter when Mount Eliza kicked their only 2 goals of the game, it has been an absolute drought for them in their forward line. 2-9-21. They trail Bonbeach 9-8-62, and Bonbeach just have all the answers, AJ.
Absolutely right. They've gone in board and found right. He goes over the top, doesn't do a thing wrong. Waterstone. Crickets. Absolute crickets. Yeah, we got you there, Daz. Not one of your finest. Ball's out the far side. That's the title of my autobiography to be released when I get a bit more important. Not one of my finest. So Bonbeach have it right next to the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard, which reads 9-8-62, Mount Eliza 2-9-21. They've gone in board looking for Mitch Chen, who takes a good mark. It's been a real quality, not quantity kind of day for Mitch Gent, hasn't it? Every time he's touched the footy, good things have happened. It just hasn't been his most prolific day, but I still think he's been good.
So Gent goes long, looks for Gilbert, and he finds him. Gilbert was a little quick to turn and go. He gets the ball back. He's going to go by foot, which is smothered. Antony for Mount Eliza. He goes by foot, finding Kelly. Kelly goes out wide looking for Declan Cole. He's got it on the wing here.
Been one of Mount Eliza's best. Come on.
Come back in board looking for Tom Kelly. He wants his left foot. He goes in with a chisler, and that's a bit of ball movement, finding O'Neill.
Geez, he doesn't look confident, does he? Going back, he looks... You got to settle yourself down.
I reckon that's the first good bit of transition going inside forward 50 for Mount Eliza.
Yeah, they were able to come in board and then go, didn't they?
So ball over the back, and it's taken through. So Mount Eliza go to 2:10:22, sorry, and 9:8:62 reach Bonbeach.
Only 5 more scoring shots. It's difficult to believe that.
That man Corrigan takes the mark once again, goes out towards the half-back line. The mark has been taken once again. Bonbeach are just happy to just take away time off the clock. And they go towards the interchange bench side of the ground, so right up near the netball courts. Just doing as they please at the moment. Just taking the time away, and Eliza got that feeling, the feeling's there. It's just like you're sinking in quicksand at the moment. They know this result's done, and playing out time to see how well they can get close on the scoreboard. But Will Anthony with the ball at half-back.
Oh, jeez, he's a bit stiff. I think his foot touched the line just a little bit. Tony, he's had a couple of those moments where things haven't quite gone his way today.
Another good grab by Ben McLean. He's been fantastic down back for Bonbeach.
Yeah, I know where the ball winners are going to dominate, and probably going to dominate the brief during the week. Their defensive 6 have been absolutely outstanding.
So Bo Bailey goes back, finding the player there in Corrigan. He comes back out this side, looking for the man in McLean. He's been giving an arm shot there.
Come on, guys. Definitely there. No, not going there, Bossy.
So McLean goes wide. They're just all lining up here, Bonbeach. They've gone in short. They've found the captain in Jackson Casey. Very good early. He goes by foot looking for the champion in Shane McDonald.
Well, we just know this kick's going to be good. It's not often he has 2 stinkers in a row, even if the first one did hit the umpire.
So he goes long, driving it down to the Fisher direction. He's just out-muscled. Rouse saw Armitage standing there, so he puts himself under a fair bit of pressure. Welsh goes out, goes back to McDonald. He just goes with a little bit of a volleyball spike. Gilbert has it now. He comes back in looking for Casey. No mark taken. Back to McDonald. He goes with a sweeping handball back out to Mitch Gent. He goes with a chisel looking for Trent Dennis Lane. No mark taken once again. Ball's on the ground. So Lee over the top by hand. Dennis Lane shot a goal. And it has gone through for a behind in the post. Bonbeach go to 9:63. Mount Eliza 2:10:22. Bossy.
Yep, a margin of 41 points in the qualifying final. And no doubt YCW will be watching. And taking notes.
Impressive by Bailey.
There's a quick kick by Waterstone towards the top of the goal square. There's that mark. I'm sure that was actually touched there by the Mount Eliza defence, but it wasn't. It's been taken, and a shot at goal to take place here for Bonbeach.
Of course, Trent Dennis Lane, known to Sydney fans for his last quarter against Carlton in, I reckon, 2013.
I wonder if he kicks this goal. I wonder if he'll turn around and just celebrate with the crowd, perhaps. But
I thought you were going to go with celebrating with you, Bossy. You're that big of a figure in the NFL.
Well, I'm not sure if Bonbeach and Mornington are the 2 suburbs that should be merging, but
just to start officially, they that is the icing on the cake as far as Bonbeach are concerned. They're out by 47 points, and they're just doing what they want to do, and they're just not going over the top of their celebrations. They know that they've got bigger fish to fry, and that's next week against YCW, but this job's done.
Yeah, well, it's been good having Daz on the broadcast for the last few weeks or months, I should say. But I tell you what, I reckon he's going in a skip in with a limp, and he's not coming back out.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, boys. And look, I didn't have sleeping in a Mount Eliza skip in on my 2022 bingo card back in January, but it's amazing what life throws at you. What a complete performance this has been by Bonbeach as well.
So ball's back in the middle. Mount Eliza get it from the stoppage. Bailey, well, she's probably been Mount Eliza's best.
Yeah, him and Scagliarini have been fantastic.
Bailey goes by hand, that's intercepted, and we're going to get a throw in.
So, Mount Eliza, which team tomorrow do you think match up better coming up against Mount Eliza next week, Dramana or Frankston Bombers?
Well, I think either would be pretty happy, and I think probably the fact that I would have said Dramana by seeing them a few weeks ago, but a big key to that last quarter was Billy Quigley.
Mount Eliza played really well against Frankston when we saw them here probably about 8 or 9 weeks ago, whereas Dramana, look what Dramana's last quarter against Mount Eliza, they kicked 10 goals. 10 goals in that last quarter, so Mount Eliza will be wary. They'll be wary of Dramana. I think they'll go in confident, but they'll be wary of what they need to be much better in the context of what they were in the last quarter. So as McDonald goes inside attacking 50, the mark has been taken in from Mount Eliza. So he can play on and go out towards centre half back. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. Still a chance here for the ball to be locked up there by Calvin Lee. It was who applied the tackle. Now the ball floats back inside attacking 50, but it's dropped by Tennant. Hasn't been Shane Tennant's best day this afternoon. Walsh has got it. Long kick out towards centre wing. Ball on the ground. Chance now for Bonbeach to try and get the ball over, but not quite. Scagliarini's got it. Now a quick kick towards half forward. They've got the loose man created. Bo Bailey almost got back to the contest there. It's taken away by Williams. He has the shot and he goes through. Doesn't have still in play. And the Bonbeach defence will clear on this occasion.
One of the more bizarre things I've seen for a very, very long time.
So Jackson Casey has it over in front of the scoreboard. He goes up the line looking for Mitch Kent. No mark taken. Ball comes to ground. Mount Eliza. Can they just get a bit of respect back on the scoreboard in this last quarter? Price, Finlay Bain, he goes in the middle of the ground. He's found Geordie Capkin. That's better ball movement. He goes in short. Bell bounces in front of O'Neill. Big tackle applied. Ball comes to ground. That's better. O'Neill, he goes with a bit of a torpedo down long. That's a great mark. Looks like Lockie Williams going back with a flight. So a hack ball forward, it's going to work for Mount Eliza.
You could argue, barring the Tom Kelly kick earlier in the quarter, the messier the inside 50, the more chaos they're causing, the better the results are. That first quarter, they weren't really delivering the ball inside 50 with a lot of authority, but I think they kicked 4 behinds in that first quarter. Probably should have kicked 2 or 3 of them. So if you don't have tall forward there, maybe it's the way to go.
Williams has slotted that one through. We've got Craig on the line for an update down at Chelsea.
Yeah, just caught the time when Somerville had kicked the first goal of the final quarter. Jack Haskett was putting one through. The three-quarter time score saw Lee Warren leading 13-5-83 to Somerville's 8-3-51. 4 goals apiece in that third quarter. Each forward Walford, Payne-Borg for Ray Warren, McDonald, McMahon, Sharp and Roberts goals for Somerville. So still about decline for Somerville. We are 4.5 minutes into the final quarter, and it's Ray Warren 13-6-84, leading Somerville 9-4-58.
Just going back to what I was saying, thanks Craig, by the way, for the report at Chelsea on the second semi-final in Division 2. You can see my point though, like Mount Eliza will be wary of Dramana next week because what Dramana did to them in the last quarter they played them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So they should be wary. I think you can't go into a final thinking that you're not going to respect the opposition because the opposition have made the finals for a reason.
Even though they're without their inspirational leader tomorrow, Billy Quigley. There's a short pass and the mark has been taken at centre half back.
Not going away from their game plan, are they, at all? Bonbeach, they're still spreading the ground, still finding their target, still looking to score. I love it.
Short pass, mark taken. Just off the centre of the ground now. The kick goes down towards Lee at half forward. Ball comes to the back. It's taken away here by Mount Eliza. It might have been Anthony. He got it over towards Finlay Bone, who's got it. Left half forward. They can play on here. They go in short. The mark has been taken. Still 60 out from goal. Now kick towards Scaglarini, who's got it. He's kicking a bit out from goal. He's too far out, I reckon.
Can manipulate the stand rule.
So Scaglarini goes in towards the forward pocket, and it goes towards that the toilet area, that lonely toilet up there in the forward pocket here at Creekbank Oval. Bonbeach leading by 41 points. We're halfway through the last quarter and they're up 69 points to 28.
I think Frankston are going to need some more leaders in their community if we're going with the toilet end, goodness me, but I think that was a ploy by Scagliarini to get it to the pocket and lock the ball in their forward half, because he clearly didn't have the distance in him, and that's okay.
As the ball's come up to the wing for Bonbeach, they're going for Owen Hewlett. Ball's going to be another throw in.
Really impressive performance by Bonbeach. They've professionally gone about their business.
Don't mind the move of Will Antoni into the ruck. Probably would have liked to see him at centre half forward. He had a good game against Shimano at centre half forward. They hadn't had an option because Finlay Bay surveyed a few opposition players from the Bonbeach Football Netball Club. Armitage is going to give away a free kick for a sling tackle.
Yeah, silly. Big groggy. Jordan Capkin, who's had a pretty indifferent game as well. The apology coming from David Armitage.
So he's told to play on. He's going to use his leg speed over Owen Hewlett. He goes with a bit of a scrubber, but it's going to work potentially if it sits.
Clever.
And it has. Finlay Bain. He goes out wide. He's found Kelly. He wants to go on his left, but he goes by hand back over to Finlay Bain. Goes in short looking for a target, but it's going to be repelled by Bonbeach. They've come out the broadcast side looking for Armitage. They've got numbers if they can get it further afield to Gilbert.
Oh, stayed in.
Oh, very, very smart football by him, Gilbert. He comes back inboard.
This is all over on the right there. Hot stuff now.
Looking for Mitch Gent inboard. Shane Tennant goes at him. Hewlett battles hard for Bonbeach, locks it in, and we're going to get a stoppage about centre half forward, heading towards the Bonbeach goals end. I reckon TDL might have just gone off for the last bit of this quarter. Just ice him up.
Yeah, just have him in reserve.
Oh, Gilbert coming through. He goes with a left foot check side, top of the goal square. Who's going to take it? He read that so much better than his opponent there in Bailey Welsh.
Yeah, as soon as Welsh looked through his opponent instead of the ball, he was done. Really, really smart. Just was able to slip underneath him, saw when his opponent took his eyes off the footy, went at the footy, and it was an uncontested mark in the end because Welsh was on the back foot.
Calvin Lee has one this afternoon. He's lining up for his second.
He's made a lot of tackles today.
He's looking to extend the margin for Bonbeach. He goes in, makes the goal umpire work a bit.
That's a goal.
He's kicked it.
I don't think that was a goal because Calvin Lee just put his hands on his head and threw his head back.
Might have looked like he thought it was going over the post, but we trust the goal umpire's judgment. There's no percentage in final, so it doesn't make too much of a difference.
No, it doesn't, but you can usually tell by the way that the goal kicker celebrates or doesn't. And he just threw his head back, Daz. So, I mean, a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I think you might be alright, but anyway, 47-point margin for Bonbeach.
18 minutes to the last quarter. Bonbeach going to advance to the second semi-final. Mount Eliza are going to do it the hard way, going via the first semi-final to potentially get to another grand final. Free kick. Go to Mount Eliza. Finlay Bain with a quick kick. Anthony's got it now. Long kick towards full forward. It's going to be marked. The top of the goal square there for Bonbeach. The short pass comes in and Bo Bailey takes the mark.
Just so impressed with Bonbeach's back six. They've been composed. They've been really, really good back shoulder, and the way that their midfielders have been able to spread because of that, they haven't had to go and help their defenders out as much as maybe Mount Eliza have. They've been able to flourish and attack with vigour, which they have, in kicking 11 goals 9.
Bit of a St Kilda reunion next week, of course, with Dylan Robinson on the other side. AJ?
Absolutely, you're right, Vossi. There's a few ex-St Kilda players fighting around the competition.
It's great to see these guys putting their hands up and getting down here and playing this competition. Sam Gilbert played, he must have played close to 250, I reckon. He certainly played over 200.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So...
David Armitage won a best and fairest, didn't he?
I reckon he could very well have, actually. One thing I know about David Armitage, whenever he played AFL, his hair was always very well groomed for the occasion. As the long kick by McDonald, Shane McDonald towards full forward, it bounces in the square, bounces off. A quick kick around the corner, it's going to be cut off there for Mount Eliza, and they will clear down the line, down towards centre wing, going up. Waterstone couldn't take the mark. Ball goes over for a boundary throw, and so we're about to hit time on in the last quarter. It is Bonbeach 11-9-75. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard, Mount Eliza 3 goals 10-28. Last quarter, qualifying final, and Bonbeach well in control.
Clearing kick from Bonbeach from the stoppage. Bo Bailey, can he run onto it? Pushes his man in Finn Bain into the contest. He has it. Goes over to Bailey Welsh. As we mentioned, probably Mount Eliza's best today for mine. Over to Declan Cole. He goes in with a short one. Standing in the way was Armitage. He gets a little touch in that one. Right for Bonbeach. Gagliarini tries to exit the stoppage. That will be rewarded for a great tackle by Stenning for Bonbeach.
So I've got it for you, Vossi. 2015, David Armitage finished second in St Kilda's best and fairest. So didn't take home a first placing, but a second in his best year.
Still a fantastic achievement, isn't it?
Absolutely. 167 games for the former Saint.
So Verma goes wide, finding Jackson Casey, who then goes on board looking and finding Will Dunn.
How many percent?
He's gone in and he's found Sullivan.
Ball's over, Vossi.
Sam Gilbert, how many games?
I'll get the old Google machine out for you, Vossi, and let you know.
TDL a lot less games.
Have you got a guess for me?
I reckon they're close to 250.
250, alrighty. 208 games for Sam Gilbert.
I certainly knew it was more than 200. I thought it was a few more than that, but...
Ball thrown in. Hammond gets a quick clearing kick for Mount Eliza. Standing in the way was Douglas of Bonbeach. Inside 50 they go once again. They've been fantastic. Lee, he gets a clearing kick. But Simmons standing in the way.
And Dennis Lane back on the ground, I've noticed, so they're not resting him up for next week. He's going to play the game out. It shouldn't be too long left. There haven't been a whole lot of stoppages compared to previous quarters.
Simmons, he brings the ball back in. He's found Shane Tennant.
And of course you can catch us on our social news, and of course all things after the game will be coming on our socials as well. So RPPFM, especially on Facebook, go give us a like, go follow, whatever the buttons ask you to do. You can keep up to date with all things RPPFM.
Absolutely. We're your one-stop shop for local football, no doubt about that. As a free kick in that ruck contest against Will Anthony is the free kick, and the Bonbeach side will go and try and get one more goal on the day, just to try and rub a little bit more salt into the Mount Eliza wounds. Ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in right in front of wasn't really too happy with me there, actually, AJ.
Oh, someone else. Does that mean we get individual skip bins, or you're not telling me Vossi and I are in the same skip bin, are we, Captain?
No, definitely separate ones. High kick by Mitch Jan.
I'm a good cuddler, Vossi.
Well, AJ said you were.
You could do worse.
So Shane McDonald trying to charge through there. Ball comes out now. It comes towards Verma. It goes in short. looking for a teammate there in Murray, but it's taken away by Jordan Captain, and the ball goes out towards centre wing. They can get the ball and going over the top. And now a hand pass, ball at half forward. The umpire's given something back behind the play here, and it's a free kick. It's going to go back to Mount Eliza, back behind where they were.
It was almost a shame to break up that momentum, wasn't it? Their overlap run, their transition was really, really good there from Mount Eliza.
Margin is 48 points in the match of the day.
So Mount Eliza go out wide. Just finding Kelly. He's lifted in this last quarter, but to no avail. If you're just tuning in, haven't heard the score, Mount Eliza 3-10-28, Bonbeach 11-10-76. Kelly, he finds Scagliarini with a great kick inboard, and he can go back and line up for their fourth of the afternoon. He plays on, gets a bit of distance.
Oh no,
But that is a horrendous kick.
it kind of sums their day up, doesn't it?
Out of bounds on the full, and Bonbeach will once again be able to repel from their defensive 50.
Well, it was a tough cut of lamb, wasn't it, Rossi? It was an absolute shame.
Wasn't his best effort, that's for sure. So, an opportunity now
I
for...
was happy with my own work there, it's all good.
You go off in those little tangents, Dad. What's he doing? He's just trying to throw us under the bus, is he?
I don't think he wants to throw us under the bus. He just wants a big cuddle. Just want to make you laugh, entertain the people.
Leave it to the funny people.
So, boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play, half forward from Mount Eliza. And he scored the 3 goals for the day, and a day they certainly will put down as one that they'd rather forget. Jordan Captain, he was smothered as he was tackled as he tried to get rid of that ball, and the ball was dropped short, and an opportunity for Bonbeach to get the ball in the centre of the ground now through the agency of Mitch Jen. A hand pass over the top, and going around there was Verma. He gets the hand pass off now, quick kick towards Bailey, who goes backwards. They're just fiddling around with it, but they're just making sure that they're using the old philosophy that if we're not scoring, well, you're certainly not scoring the Mount Eliza at the moment. Quick kick inside towards about 35 metres out from goal. Joseph Fisher tried to charge through, tried to break through 2 tackles, and guess what? He got help holding the ball.
Did everything right there, kept the ball in front of him, he just didn't get it on the boot quick enough. You can forgive a player for that.
So Price has it for Mount Eliza. He goes up looking for Scagliarini and finds him. He goes with a bit of a horrendous kick.
He didn't even watch that ball in flight, then he turned his back on it. He knew how bad he did it.
Nor would you.
No, boy, that's got a bit of my golf swing about it. Unbelievable.
And there's the final siren. So Bonbeach prevail. 11-10-76 defeating Mount Eliza 3-10-28. And it has been all one-way traffic in this encounter. So Bonbeach will go on, play YCW next week, boys. But for Mount Eliza, they'll face either Frankston Bombers or Germana, who play off tomorrow. Let's get some final thoughts in the next couple of minutes before we wrap it up. Boys, Daz, your final thoughts?
Oh, just a massive amount of credit to Bonbeach. I thought they did everything right, even in those